I wish we had that spirit. You know, we'll win all our games.
We've got 100 underprivileged children here shopping for gifts for their families.
We're gonna get one more set of pajamas. There you go. That's part of my expertise. As you see, I'm very experienced in this field, and I'll do all it takes to help out.
In the spirit of this joyous season, the NFL extends best wishes to everyone and a very happy new year.
We'll return to the Superdome for the start of the second half after these messages from your local Fox station.
You're watching a Fox NFL special.
GMC Convoy 2000 is here. Trucks with capability that will change the way you look at the road. Professional-grade pickups, SUVs, and family vans, designed better than they need to be, like the 2000 GMC Sierra Extended Cab, with the most powerful standard V8 in its class.
Get up to $1,587 average finance savings with 3.9% APR on select 2000 Sierra models.
GMC. Do one thing, do it well.
My new home computer has all the latest technology.
So does the Lennox air conditioner he bought from Lockridge Freeze, your local Lennox dealer.
It can check my stocks, balance my checkbook, even pay my bills.
He can save up to 60% on cooling costs.
And it's so simple I can install it myself.
Lennox air conditioners are always installed by independent Lennox dealers.
I just wish I knew how to turn it on.
I think it's that button on the left. Lennox, one less thing to worry about.
No matter where you are, 5 days a week, you got friends.
Check it out, check it out. It's like it's coming right at me.
So check out what's new.
Woohoo! Lucky me!
With your favorite crew.
Oh, I don't want to see that.
Hey, you can't go wrong.
Let's show them how it's done.
Okay. When they're playing your song.
It just got interesting.
Come on.
Oh, my.
You gotta have friends.
That's true.
The man's got a point.
5 days a week.
Weeknights on Fox 44.
She always does things by the book.
Clear trauma tube. She needs oxygen. Get me an intubation tray. Pregnant woman's coming in with a gunshot to the abdomen. What happened to him? All right, come on, let's go, everybody.
We're gonna pull you through this.
But he's ready to risk it all.
I am not letting you leave without giving this child tests. Give me a pediatric crash card.
I will take responsibility.
I dare you treat your child like this. He's a little kid.
Healers and heroes, ER.
Weekends on Fox 44. You're watching KWKT Fox 44, Wayne Temple.
What's so wrong with holding?
It's complicated, baby. That's holding!
Why do they call the Browns when their helmets are orange?
It's complicated.
He doesn't know either.
Nobody's sealing off the backside.
They're making all the wrong reads. Well, you gotta negotiate the safety. It's not that complicated.
Hey, Danny, listen. What's it mean to negotiate the safety?
10-7, the Saints lead the Cowboys at the half here at the Dome in New Orleans. What about the first half? It doesn't seem to me as if the Cowboys realize that their back is to the wall.
No, and I haven't been impressed with them at all. I mean, they're not playing with emotion. They have a chance here to get in the playoffs, and they're not playing like that. I mean, they're awfully lackadaisical. On the other side, the Saints are kind of fun. I mean, Jake Delhomme, here's a quarterback coming in here, never played a down well, and starting and going out there, and he says he wanted to have fun, and he looks like he is having fun. And then being able to see Ricky Williams. I mean, Ricky Williams, has been through every kind of injury that you could have, but he's still the real deal.
Do you have any idea, or what's your speculation on what might happen here in New Orleans? Do you think Mike Ditka is going to be back?
Yeah, I'm about as sure as I could be that Mike Ditka is going to be back. I mean, I know that there may be some other changes. They're talking about, maybe they'll change the president and general manager, Bill Kuharich. That could be a possibility. They may ask Mike Ditka to change some of his assistants. Now, that could be a stumbling block, because I don't know that Mike Ditka would do that.
A very loyal guy. This is Jason Tucker. And he's got a gap again. Tucker had one call back, as did Brazel. Here are the statistics. This is the first quarter.
And that's when the Saints had all those total yards and the time of possession. Look at that, and even the passing yards. Yeah. Jake Delhomme.
And the second quarter, things changed around a little bit. The Cowboys had 103 passing, 106 total. And the time of possession evened out, sort of.
Yeah, we see more and more games like that where one team wins their first quarter and the other team comes back and wins the second quarter.
Here's Emmitt Smith.
Yeah, we're talking about the sense of urgency, emotion, or whatever. There's a guy who has it. I mean, Jerry Jones is down there, and I think he was probably up in the box and could feel that it wasn't happening down there. I mean, and he's a guy, you can say he meddles whatever. It's his team. He can do whatever he wants to, but he's a guy, if there's something wrong, he's going to go and try and fix it.
In this case, what do you think about Chan Gailey's future?
I don't know. I mean, he came out and said that Chan Gailey was going to be back.
Dumps it over the middle, does Aikman to LaFleur. Two of the very, very best, although one yet to be proven. Ricky Williams on the right, Emmitt Smith on the left, 10 for 42 yards. Ricky Williams 18 for 47. The average considerably different. And the veteran Emmitt Smith continues to surprise a lot of people.
And
3rd and 5.
The thing is they can't get away from Emmitt Smith either. I mean, they can't let a loss here or a loss there because the Saints are going after him. They have to keep giving a dose of Emmitt Smith.
Deion Sanders stretches out, and he got enough when he stretched. Maybe he already had it, but leave it to him to stretch.
Well, and he's just a playmaker, and that's one of the things that the Cowboys need. They talk about desperation. You need as many playmakers as you can. They get him out of there. He has a tight press coverage. He just runs a slant, catches that ball, then he tries to get back to the outside and get the first down.
He got the first down at midfield. That sense of urgency better happen soon. Emmitt Smith. And Emmitt's going to get about 3 or 4. Stopped by Phil Clark, the middle linebacker. That's one of the things that Ditka said he needed on this Saint team was a strong middle linebacker. Strength up the middle is what he talked about.
Yeah, well, Phil Clark is a rookie, and he was an outside linebacker. They moved him into middle linebacker. I mean, they tried Chris Bordano, had been the middle linebacker, and that didn't work. I mean, he wasn't the answer because he didn't have enough instincts. I think Phil Clark, he feels, has the instincts, but I think he thinks he needs a player in there in the middle.
Smith again. And Emmitt a little bit short, depending upon the spot of the first down. You can see the yellow line, and they move it back maybe a foot, so it will be a little bit short.
And the other thing about the Saints and their defense, they're missing their best defensive player. That's Joe Johnson.
Yeah.
Joe Johnson last year when they played the Cowboys gave Larry Allen a tough time. Joe Johnson beat Larry Allen. It was the only time that I have ever seen anyone in the NFL beat Larry Allen, and Joe Johnson did here a year ago.
Larry Allen was playing tackle at the time. Thomas gets the first down. He surges ahead quickly. He is developing into a more and more all-around player, catching passes, running the ball better, and learning how to block for Emmitt Smith.
Emmitt Smith said last night that when we handed him the ball a few times, we created a monster. Because he was a guy that was a linebacker. And he brought the mentality of a linebacker to the fullback position. He said the first couple times he played fullback, Emmitt Smith, though, he got in the huddle and hyperventilated and had to go back out.
Aikman fakes and throws. Pass caught by Jason Tucker. LaFleur was open as well. Aikman was hit just as he got rid of it.
Heck of a play by Troy Aikman, because Kevin Mitchell is going to come and Emmitt Smith doesn't block him. And how he got that ball away, I'm not sure. I mean, we see the in pattern here. Jason Tucker just gets it to the outside and makes a play, but watch this. Mitchell is going to come. He runs right by Emmitt Smith, and how Troy Aikman was able to look and turn and throw that ball, I have no idea.
And throw it well. First down, Dallas at the New Orleans 21. Aikman back to throw, does. Jason Tucker, touchdown. Tucker from Aikman puts the Cowboys ahead.
They have something going now. They found Jason Tucker. They hit him on the out. They come right back and hit him on a slant, and that was a perfect timing pass. You're just going to watch. Tucker's going to be here. Then he's going to come down. Then he's going to hit that slant to the inside. When he starts that move to the inside, the ball leaves Troy Aikman hand. Perfect pass. Hey, Troy Aikman on successive downs threw 2 great passes.
Yes,
there.
he did. Now that's the Aikman we've seen over the years.
Maybe playing with some urgency, and that's also Tucker's 5th catch.
Eddie Murray for the extra point, and he's good. And the Cowboys take the lead, 14-10 over the New Orleans Saints. Aikman touchdown passes. He tied Danny White with that one.
Bell Special is brought to you by Toyota. Go for it every day.
The famed French Quarter in New Orleans. Cowboys leading 14-10. Toby Goen set to kick it off.
You know, there's no place better to have a party for anything than New Orleans, is there?
At any time of day or night.
Or year.
Goen's kickoff handled by Dino Fillion. He's down at about the 22.5, maybe 23. And that's where the Saints will begin. Ian Gailey and Troy Aikman talk about, I guess this is what put us ahead.
You know, we always talk about timing patterns. Here's Jason Tucker here. Here's Troy Aikman here. Now watch the timing. Troy Aikman's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there, when that 5th step hits, he's making his in. 5th step there, he makes his in cut and throws it at the same time.
As we come back, Ricky Williams goes left side for not much.
There's no one that is more accurate than Troy Aikman or throws a better timing pass. But you see that? He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That 5th step hits the ground. Jason Tucker at the same time is making his left foot, is making a break with his right foot to the inside at the same time, and the ball is thrown on perfect timing.
The Saints led throughout the first half. The Cowboys just captured the lead, 14-10. Here's Delhomme. As he's caught by Kennison. And right now, let's go down to DJ Johnson.
Down here with legendary Saints Archie Manning. And Archie, you've been through here. You've been in New Orleans through some of the best and some of the worst times. What's the feeling you get around town now of the fans?
Well, it's been tough on the fans. We've been through seasons like this before. Unfortunately, I was playing then. Sometimes some fans just don't get mad anymore. They get apathetic, and I think that's worse. You know, we've got a lot of Cowboy fans here today, and but as always, you know, season's over, and you get the off seasons, get some optimism going. So a lot of questions now of what's going to happen around here, and I would guess those decisions will be made quickly when the season's over next week and go from here.
What do you think about Jake Delhomme's first start in the NFL?
Well, I'm crazy about Jake, and that's a tough time to go against the Cowboys. But Jake's a real savvy kid. Unfortunately, he got his first pass picked off, but then he came back. I tell you, you know, if they can hang in here, he moves around good, can make some things happen. So I hope he does good.
Thanks a lot, Archie, and happy holidays. Back to you, Pat.
Well, thanks, DJ, and thanks, Archie. He is some player, Archie Manning.
Yeah, when he came in here, I called him Peyton's father.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning's dad.
Yeah. Speaking of some players, Williams trying to take it outside and gained very little.
Yeah,
Ekibon again, who's having a good day.
We were talking in the first half about how the Cowboys looked lackadaisical. They didn't have any emotion, and something has changed. I mean, they did come out this second half, and you can feel that there is some emotion there. That, they are a little fired up. That, instead of being a step behind or a half a step behind, they're a half a step ahead.
So it's 3rd and 10, New Orleans. Cowboys doing some shifting on left. here comes the pressure, and there goes the ball, and the Cowboys have it, or had it. They might have lost it. Now they have it back. In hockey league, Leon Lett away with the ball.
He ended up with it. You're going to see the pressure is going to come from his backside. You see Jake Delhomme is here. He doesn't feel it. The pressure is going to come right there. So he doesn't feel it, doesn't hear it, doesn't see it, doesn't anything.
Randall Godfrey. Godfrey's the first man to hit it.
Yeah, he sees Coakley. You see he's looking there at Dexter Coakley. Then, as you say, Randall Godfrey comes off that side and hits him right in the back.
And Leon Lett came up with the ball, the big cat.
Well, someone or something at halftime got this Cowboy team fired up.
1st and 10 at the 21 of the Saints. Aikman. Emmitt flag on the play as Emmitt gets down to the 5, but there's a penalty marker down.
There's right in that area of holding, and it is holding.
They've had penalties like this at crucial times all year long.
Number 73, 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Larry Allen.
Well, that's gonna be Larry Allen pulling, and you're going to see on that play he just went out there and tackled his guy. Watch him. He's right there, the left guard. The ball is going to go to the right. You see, he starts down, and then he's going to block his guy, and right there he has his hand around him, and then he just brings him to the ground. Yeah, he held him all the way. That's a tough block. You know, for a guy that has a bad right knee, he has a big old brace on his right knee, so you can't always take your right step. So sometimes when you don't take your right steps, then you use your hand.
Yep. It's inevitable almost. Here's Aikman back away from one. Gets the ball to LaFleur. And LaFleur is at the 30. Taken down by a host of Saints.
Yeah, that's his second big play or really scoring play that the Cowboys had called back. Remember the kickoff return, they had holding, and then Emmitt Smith makes a big run there, and they have holding. So part of the lack of consistency or part of not being consistent is the penalty situation. And those two, don't go hand in hand. A lot of penalties and consistency don't go hand in hand.
Consistency as far as penalties are concerned. And that's what they've had throughout the year. At crucial times like
consistency as far as moving the ball down the field and getting it into the end zone is what penalties kill.
Here's Aikman back to throw. And deep. And throws. And complete. Caught by Ismail. Short of the first down. And no flags thrown.
You notice the funny thing is they complete a pass here and the crowd cheers. I would bet you there's probably as many Cowboy fans here as there are Saint fans.
And there would be more if it weren't Christmas Day.
Yeah, Rocket Ismail does a good job not only of making the cut on the out, but then of coming back a little. So the quarterback has two ways of throwing. He can throw the out, he has some width there, and then by coming back, he gets some lackadaisical.
3rd and 5. Used to be this was a certain passing down. And it looks like it will be this time as Aikman operates out of the shotgun. And throws for the corner. And incomplete. And no flag. Brazel, the intended receiver, he thought he was held.
Well, he was double teamed, and you're surprised that if they double Brazel that someone has to be singled. And I just had the feeling on that play that Troy Aikman was going to Brazel all the way.
So Eddie Murray, who's been kicking in the NFL since 1980, will try this one from 33 yards with Bjornsson holding. Murray hits, and the Cowboys move further ahead. It's 17-10, Dallas.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la.
Elevator to lobby. By George.
Contacts, $320. Treadmill, $800. Wonder Bra, $26. Facelift, $3,000. Being happy with who you are, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Happily accepted most everywhere.
People ask me if the game has changed over the years. Maybe. But you know what? This league has always been a small group of guys who go to war on Sundays. The best in the league aren't always the biggest, or the strongest, or the fastest. They play the game as if their lives depend on every snap. They don't play football. They are football. They're the toughest guys who played this game. Ever.
Howie's Tough Guys, part of Fox NFL Sunday this week at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific.
It's a wonderful Fox Christmas with special episodes of The PJs, Futurama, and King of the Hill, starting at 8/7 Central tomorrow on Fox.
Hi, I'm Emmitt Smith of the Dallas Cowboys, wishing you and your family happy holidays.
And Santa Claus on hand today as Dallas now leads 17-10 over the Saints. What is John's trying to catch something coming out of the crowd? What is that?
I don't know. They're throwing something up in the crowd, and it looks like good presents. And the guys are getting presents, and the guy's trying to throw it up here, but he doesn't have enough arm.
Goins' kick is short and brought out of there by Dino Piglio.
Christmas Eve, you're looking for any present you can get anywhere.
You can take it, and if you don't like it, you can give it to some friend.
It's okay. You know, it's not a live animal. It's not the shoes that you wanted.
The Lexus December tour sales event.
Honey, you gotta see this.
Okay.
You'll find values you never believed possible.
You like it?
10.
Whoa. The December to Remember sales event ends January 3rd. Okay. You'll definitely spoil the surprise. See your Lexus dealer.
Man has always dreamed of getting to the other side. Some make it, some don't. But at least your phone calls get there. Because Agilent provides technologies for almost every kind of communications network. From way down here to way up here.
Light, heat, and time are all enemies of beer. We can protect the beer from a brown bottle, and protect beer from heat by ensuring that we keep it in a temperature-controlled environment. We then make sure that the consumer enjoys that beer as soon as possible. We are the only major domestic brewer that uses a born-on dating system to ensure that our customers get the absolute best, most cared for, most perfect beer they can buy.
This Fox NFL special is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of the Super Bowl. By MasterCard, there are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. By Budweiser, the beer with the fresh, clean taste that's never filling. And by CDW, computing solutions built for business.
Oh, the sounds of the river.
Have you ever been on that riverboat?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was, too. I was on there for a show one time.
Remember you
Tom Brookshire? Yeah, you were there, Tom Brookshire.
The pass to Ricky Williams. Shoved out of bounds at midfield from Delhomme.
Williams got knocked all the way out to where he had to take a seat on that play. You can see that they're starting to up the pressure here on Jake Delhomme. He's been sacked twice now, hurried 14 times, knocked down 4 times, and of course that one interception was the first pass that he threw.
It was deflected.
So he's doing a pretty good job of not making bad plays. He's making some good ones and not making bad ones, although he did fumble that last time when he was hit. But there's nothing anyone can do about that.
Here he is back to throw, and here comes the pressure. And he's got a man open. That's Eddie Kennison, and it's a touchdown for the Saints.
That's that same matchup he's had all day. Duan Hawthorne. Eddie Kennison on a speed guy. When he gets Hawthorne out there man-to-man, that's who he's looking at. You can see here's Hawthorne, here's Eddie Kennison right there, and he just uses speed. I mean, he just gives a little push, then one more little push to get the separation, and Jake Delhomme throws a perfect pass.
I mean, that's right there.
Look at right there. I mean, where only his guy can get it. There's no way that ball can be knocked down or intercepted. Jake the Cajun Snake, he got it going now.
Thrown 2 touchdown passes, and this will tie it up. Doug Brien makes it 17 apiece. At the urgency, we need some. That's Jerry Jones.
2 large double cheese.
It's about time. I'm starving.
Whoa, that can't be cable.
It's DirecTV. You get all your favorite cable channels. And it's the only service that gives you access to every pro and college sports subscription.
Donuts!
Plus now, you get 2 free months of 32 premium movie channels, including 7 HBO, 4 Stars, and 5 Showtime channels with no long-term commitments. DirecTV. What are you looking at? Okay, who ate the remote?
A typical day for the IT manager. Everyone wants everything now. Luckily, there's CDW, your direct solutions provider. CDW uses 50,000 top-name products to give you complete systems, including custom configuration and pre-installed software. Why get hung up in work when CDW is here to make life easier? CDW, computing solutions built for business.
Your eyes and look closer. I am 32 flavors and then some. I'm beyond your peripheral vision, so you might want to turn your head. Oh, I am 32 flavors and then some, and I'm beyond your peripheral vision. I am 32 flavors and then some. 32 flavors and then some.
This January, Fox presents a family comedy for the new millennium.
What are you looking at?
Malcolm in the Middle, coming January 9th to Fox.
Christmas Eve. It's a Fox musical spectacular with special holiday performances from some of today's hottest stars. From our family to yours, it's the Red Cross Holiday Music Spectacular, tonight at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox. 17-17 in this Christmas Eve spectacular at the New Orleans Superdome. The Saints and this is Jason Tucker. And again, here's a hole and a gap, and Tucker to midfield and into Saint territory, tripped up by the kicker, Doug Brien.
Hey, Jason Tucker has something going today, doesn't he? I mean, that's his second big kickoff return. He's caught like 5 or 6 passes, touchdown pass. And here's, you see, he just finds a good gap there. Then he hits it, and then he's able to come back. Then he has the kicker one-on-one. He makes a move against the kicker, and in doing so, he just gets tripped up by Doug Brien.
Jason Tucker gets a brief rest. 1st and 10, Dallas at the New Orleans 48. And Emmitt Smith gets the carry, and Emmitt breaks close to a 1st down and carries some tacklers led by Willie Clay to the 1st.
Well, watch what Jason Tucker did. So far, he's 2 passes for 86 yards and a touchdown. You see here, he's making good, sharp cuts. This is the timing one that we showed, that slant where Troy Aikman hit that 5th step. Jason Tucker made his break for the touchdown. So 5 catches, 86 yards, and 1 touchdown.
Deion Sanders lined up to the bottom of your picture to the left. The fake to Emmitt Smith, and the throw to the ground. Nothing there. Let's go down for a moment to DJ Johnson.
Down here with Saints defensive end Joe Johnson. And Joe, it seems like you guys have a habit of playing the Cowboys tough. You guys destroyed them last year, a rough physical game. You're doing it again this year.
Well, you know, we always like to try and play tough physical football. So this is the type of football team like to play the same type of football. Unfortunately, this year hasn't been going our way. So and they still fight for a playoff berth. So it's always going to be a good matchup.
How does a team rebound from a season like this?
We just have to focus, and during the offseason, you just have to focus on individuality and how can you make yourself better, and then come together and see next year turn around.
Thanks a lot, Joe. Appreciate it. Pat?
Keith Mitchell put the heat on Aikman. There's a flag on the play, and that's going to be intentional grounding. There's nobody there.
Yeah, that's intentional grounding. That was the one that he was trying to throw the ball away to avoid a sack.
Yep.
just talking to Joe Johnson down there, one of the ways this Saint team can get better is getting him back.
He's a player.
Yeah, he's a player. He was their best defensive player.
Number 22 was in the area of the pass. Under the by rule, the quarterback may throw the ball away on a screen pass in the area of a receiver. Therefore, there is no foul on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
So what they're saying is that Emmitt Smith was on a screen pass and that he was in the air Troy Aikman was throwing. First of all, it's not a screen pass, and secondly,
where is Emmitt Smith?
Emmitt Smith is on the ground. He was right there, so the official was right the first time. The second time he was wrong. It wasn't a screen pass, and Emmitt Smith wasn't in the area. Emmitt Smith was on the ground, didn't even make the picture.
So we talked about the crucial penalties against the Cowboys. That time they got a break.
They dodged one there, yeah. And now they have to make the 3rd down play.
3rd and long. No flag. Here's Aikman chased and slung to the ground by Keith Maxwell. Keith Mitchell, I'm sorry.
You know, one thing, the backs aren't doing a good job of blocking today. And, you know, there was one earlier that Emmitt Smith missed. I think he missed again. They had Emmitt Smith and Chris Warren both in there.
Big E, Eric Williams, upset about something.
Well, you see, they got their 2 protectors here, and they don't do a good job of blocking. You say what Chris Warren is doing up on top is not blocking. And as you said,
illegal contact. Defense, number 33, 5-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
Automatic 1st down. The Cowboys get another break. This guy looks like he's offside to me.
Yep, you know what they're doing? They're going on Stepnoski's head, on the center's head. That's not what they call. They call illegal holding. Illegal hand, so holding, that'll be an automatic 1st down.
Automatic 1st down is the key to that whole thing.
Right, and holding, and I think that the Cowboys got a
2 breaks. Here's Emmitt Smith. And Emmitt into that pack for about 5 yards.
This is the thing that they have to stay with. You know, is I think that the one thing that the Saints are really ganging up on the run. And then in doing so, sometimes they're going to hit you for a loss. But when you have an Emmitt Smith, or you have an Edgerrin James, or you have a Ricky Williams, no matter what they do, you have to keep up, and you have to keep the running going the whole game.
Smith got 4, 2nd and 6. Emmitt gets another carry, and Emmitt almost broke this one, got close to a 1st down. Phil Clark tripped him up.
Because with all these great running backs, it's just a matter of time. In fact, I just saw Emmitt Smith. It was funny right there. He just gave a signal to the bench to just keep it on the ground. You know that thing where you just keep it on the ground? And he was saying, just keep it there, just keep it running.
Well, he almost broke that one.
And he knows it's just a matter of time until he is going to break one. You can see, you know, most of his damage has been in the middle, 9 times for 46 yards. 19 in the left, 6 yards to the right.
Timeout, Dallas. That means they have 2 left down the stretch. 2:40 left in the 3rd quarter. The score tied at 17.
And Eric Williams is going over there to put his input into what they're talking about on this play.
This week, a reminder again, it's 2 critical matchups in our Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader. First, Randy Moss and the Vikings clash with the New York Giants at the Meadowlands in New York. And the Packers head down to Tampa to battle the NFC Central leading Bucs. Coverage begins at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific on Fox. Eric Williams really upset. In fact, Calvin, who works in the Cowboy organization, came out on the field to try to settle him down. He thought the defender on his side had jumped off out of bounds.
Well, he probably
offsides,
the play that was showed that you know, his man did jump offside.
Yeah.
Of course, there was a holding penalty on the Saints, so the Cowboys got the automatic 1st down.
3rd and 2.
They called it on the Saints number 33, and the Saints don't have a number 33.
They're in field goal range. But Emmitt wants the ball to see if he can get the first down. Emmitt got the ball. Then he got the first down.
Yeah, Emmitt Smith was calling for that play before. I mean, he was calling for that play 2 or 3 minutes ago. And I think Eric Williams was also calling for that play. And I think that was one of the reasons he went over there. And again, they get that double push there. See that Eric Williams comes in, lucks out, and that's the split. That's the hole for Emmitt Smith.
Eric Williams just buried his guy.
Eric Williams goes in, buries his guy. Mike Lucky kicks his guy out, and that's just enough of a crease that's going to get Emmitt Smith a touchdown.
First down, Cowboys. The handoff is to Thomas.
Hey, it's out.
And about 3 or 4, perhaps. Just Chan Gailey trying to calm Big E down.
Well,
I don't want to calm him down at this point.
No, well, Big E's agreeing with him, but I think that's the thing that the Cowboys need is a little more excitement and a little less calming down.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think they have to be told calm down, or I don't think they have to be told you're overreacting. I think now is a good time to overreact.
If now is not the time to react, there is not going to be one. Emmitt to about the 8.
Yeah, Emmitt Smith was saying, and I think what Eric Williams was feeling, and probably all offensive linemen feel the same way anyway, is just keep the ball on the ground. I mean, that signal, you know, where you roll your hands like this, that's what they were doing. Everyone's doing that. It's Chan Gailey. They're all trying to call the play.
It's true that all the rest of the time when you're pass blocking, as you're an offensive lineman, it's a passive frame of mind. But when you run the ball, you can start to punish that guy playing away from.
And that was the advantage when the quarterback called the plays himself. He had the feeling of the lineman in the back.
Emmitt Smith. Emmitt.
When a guy makes a commitment like Emmitt Smith made, and the line made, that they want the ball, and, you know, let them go do it, they're going to do it because it's their commitment. They made that commitment. Here you're going to see Thomas is going to lead there. Emmitt Smith follows him for a while, and then he just jumps to the outside and then cuts right back to the inside.
Big Flozell Adams stayed down after the play.
Yeah, you saw that he got cut by a Saint right there at the end of that play.
Might have been his knee. His right knee got hung underneath all that.
You know, they got something going now, and it's a running, and what they can do is they can just feel that they've got him worn down. See right there, you see Flozell Adams, it's his left leg gets leg whipped from behind.
You see him grimacing in pain.
Before he hit the ground.
Yeah.
He got that grimace in there before he even hit the ground. Usually the grimace comes a little later, but that one came in midair.
He has been the one guy who hasn't been hurt.
And he's been a real steady player, too, and only his second year. The first year he played guard, and that was out of position, but he had to play there. Played right guard, and now he's at his normal and, you know, position where he should be as left tackle, because he's a natural.
Solomon Page has taken his place. He's been playing guard while Larry Allen was out. Page is a natural tackle as well.
And I think that they just ought to naturally just keep pounding right here and giving the ball to Emmitt Smith. There's no need to get away from Emmitt Smith at this point, or any point, until they get a touchdown.
First and goal at the 3. They fake to Emmitt. LaFleur's touchdown from Aikman.
No, that's not bad either.
No.
I think that Emmitt Smith got him down there. The offensive line got him down there. And the Saints were saying that Emmitt Smith is going to run, so they want to go play fast. So here's LaFleur here, see, and they fake away from him. He comes down like he's blocking, and then he just comes across and then catches that ball. There was a little pick going on there.
Yep.
You see, they took the play, and they faked to the right, and then they threw back to LaFleur coming across to the left. These Chan Gailey hung in there and didn't let the players call the play. He called the play.
Eddie Murray for the extra point, which is good. Look where LaFleur comes from.
Yeah, he comes from the right all the way to the left. And the thing that really set that up was was two things. One, Emmitt Smith, they're all worrying about him.
Right.
And two, I think there was a little pick going on here. See, here's Emmitt Smith. So here's LaFleur. So what they're going to do is bring him across as they fake in here. Now that's going to get these linebackers to let LaFleur get across to this position. You see the fake there? You see how they all come up? They all step up in there, and then LaFleur is wide open coming across.
A little pick by Lucky.
Well, that was the other part of it. That was the third part. But one was the fake, and two was LaFleur coming across, and then the third was the pick there. I think that the Saints really had to sell out on the run because if they didn't sell out, then they weren't going to be able to stop Emmitt Smith.
So it's 24-17. The Cowboys over the Saints with 16 seconds left to play in the third quarter. A must-win for the Cowboys to keep playoff hopes alive. They have to win this one and win next week against the Giants at Texas Stadium. Dino Filio. Good coverage and good pursuit. Juan Hawthorne.
That was a big play.
The Cotton Bowl kicks off the new year when 100-year-old rivals clash as the Texas Longhorns take on the Arkansas Razorbacks in their first ever bowl battle. Don't miss the Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl New Year's Day at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific on Fox. Texas and Arkansas, long rivals.
Someone messed up.
Here's the tight end, Josh Wilcox, taking the pass, tackled by Deion Sanders, and that's the end of the third quarter. With the score, the Cowboys 24, the Saints 17. This Fox NFL Christmas Eve special will continue from the Superdome after a word from your local Fox station. Cowboys got 17 points in the third quarter to take the lead, 24-17. Flozell Adams has a twisted knee. He is expected to be able to come back. Meantime, the Saints have the ball at their own 24.
Well, the Cowboys sure controlled that third quarter.
Here's Delhomme, and his pass is complete to Poole. And Poole won't go down.
There was no whistle until right there at the end. It took a whole group of them Cowboys to get him down. This is what I was just talking about. Look here. In the first half, the Cowboys' time of possession was 10 minutes, 28 seconds. Then in the second half, just in the third quarter, they had more time of possession than they had in the entire first half. So that, I mean, something happened. I don't know what it was, but like I said, it was someone said something, someone said something, someone did something. But this is a different team in the second half than they were in the first half.
First and 10. Delhomme calling an audible. Back to throw it. Deflected.
It was just like the first pass he threw. It's amazing that this guy, he was here with the Saints in training camp. And then they waved him after training camp. That hit Chad Hennings right in the face. Chad Hennings jumped up and the ball hit him below the height of his jump. But that's the same thing that Delhomme did on his first pass. But then he didn't come back here until November 23rd. Last week on Sunday, he was the fourth quarterback. And all he got was a little scout team practice. And on Monday, he was told he was going to start. So he practiced Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and he's doing pretty well with that limited practice.
Second and 10. He throws deep. He's got a man open. It's Poole. And Poole gets away from Deion Sanders. And Sanders chases him down to about the 12-yard line. How did he get so open? Poole was 10 yards behind Deion Sanders.
I think that Deion Sanders didn't think that they were going to throw over to that side. Keith Poole is one of those guys that is really something. You see her in press coverage, too. You see Deion Sanders lets him go, and then there must have been a pump fake because Deion Sanders looked back. Keith Poole kept going and then kept working him. This guy's a scrappy guy. Remember, there was a shot of him, I don't know, about a month ago.
He got his helmet knocked off.
He got his helmet knocked off right on the goal line. And he just bounced right back up and went back to the huddle. Deion Sanders doesn't get beat deep a lot.
Here's Delhomme. Gets away from one man. Can't get away from the second. Throws it out of bounds, and that's going to be a flag. That has to be a flag. Or they're going to say he was in the grasp, and that's already a sack.
No, he's outside the tight end box.
That's right, that's right.
And he can throw it away out there as long as he gets it back to the line of scrimmage. So they may pick this flag up.
He didn't get it back to the line of scrimmage.
But that's a legal area if it's towards the line of scrimmage.
It was toward the line of scrimmage, but not back to the line of scrimmage. It's the Cowboy.
Because he was outside that tight end area, he can throw the ball away.
Let's see what Ed Hockley says.
The quarterback's progress was stopped, and a whistle was blown stopping him for a sack. After the quarterback was down, number 54 of the defense threw him to the ground. Unnecessary roughness. Defense, 54, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Oh, so what he's saying right here is that it was stopped before the ball was even thrown out there. And then he throws him down there. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
You see, Ed Hockley came in, and you could see him blow the whistle and wave his arms. And then Hambrick threw Delhomme down after Hockley had just walked right by him.
Cam Gailey saying, come on, come on. I don't know who he's saying.
Come on up to him. I mean, it seems like you'd want to keep your defense out there.
He may have been talking to the official. It's first down, nevertheless.
This Jake Delhomme is something. I mean, to throw a deep pass on Deion Sanders, you don't see that a lot.
First and goal at the 10. He fires outside, complete. That's the P.J. Franklin.
You know, I've always felt that Deion Sanders in the passing game gets a little bored and knows that, you know, there's no way a guy's going to come in and be in his first game in the NFL and throw a pass on me. I'm sure he's thinking that. And then lo and behold,
he just did it.
Poole, and he runs right by him. And he says there's no way he's going to do it, and then he did it, and all Deion could do is still laugh about it. I don't think that's funny.
That's not a laughing matter.
No.
Here's Delhomme to Williams.
Hey.
Leon Lett wrapped him up.
Deion, having been a professional baseball player, probably hear or has heard every kind of jockeying or every kind of thing that a person can say to another person, and he's probably laughing at what they're saying to him rather than letting them know that they're getting to him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I know what you mean, though. I'll laugh because you're not getting to me, but you really are getting to me.
Right. That's the old fight thing. You know, I mean, you're a fighter. A guy hit it with your best punch. A guy laughs at you.
Third and goal. Delhomme, quarterback draw. And he gets in for a Saint touchdown. Quarterback draw by Jake Delhomme.
Good spike, Jake.
The Cajun Snake.
I'll tell you, he brought some life to this team. I mean, this team was a team that was 2-12 and not going anywhere and not having much fun. They're still not going anywhere, but they are fun.
Well, they may go somewhere tonight if they keep this up and celebrate. A lot of Cowboy fans, as you can see from the jerseys worn in the stands, but Doug Brien will try the extra point to even things up right now.
The Saints fans are going to say, why didn't we do this earlier?
Yeah.
This is what you look like when you know it's a draw, but you have to hold it. He sees it, he gets in behind a big lineman, and then cuts off. Pretty good, pretty good.
Think Jake's happy?
NFL Visa, it's everywhere NFL fans want to be. By Turning Leaf Wine. Wine lovers know Turning Leaf. By Sprint PCS, experience the clear alternative to cellular. And by Web TV. For more information, visit us at www.webtv.com.
The Cowboys playoff are flickering.
You know, that 24 points equals the Saints' highest scoring of the year. Yeah, as I was saying just a little while ago, the Saints fans are going to say, why in the heck did we wait till our 15th game to uncover Delhomme?
Line drive kickoff to Jason Tucker. And Tucker started to come back inside, and You're right. He's got something going on kickoff returns. 24-24 with just over 11 minutes left to play in New Orleans.
Talk about the right call on a touchdown for the right defense. They're pressuring from the outside, so they got a zone dog. Chad Hennings is a nose tackle, and he's going to drop out, and they run the quarterback draw right at Chad Hennings. You see Jerry Fontenot goes after him. See right there? Chad Hennings is dropping out, and Delhomme just gets right in behind Jerry Fontenot, and that was the perfect call for that defense.
1st and 10, Dallas at their own 39. Aikman back to throw it. And lofts it down the sideline, incomplete. Flag on the play. A flag on the play against the Saints. Intended for Brazel.
Fred Weary, number 24, the corner, saying that he didn't do it. That probably means it's against him.
Probably.
That's usually the way it works.
Ed Hockley, you know.
Illegal contact. Defense, number 24. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
He did our game in Indianapolis last week.
Right, and here's Fred Weary right there. Again, the contact there is all right. After 5 yards, it might have been just that little shove that he gave him from the back, and that right hand there.
May have been, and he started stumbling.
I don't know. They're getting a little picky on some of these things. That one, I feel, was picky.
1st and 10. There's the 45. 44, their own. Here's Emmitt. And Emmitt Smith hammers for a first down. Emmitt is playing like he did 6 or 7 years ago at Giant Stadium.
I'll tell you what he's playing like. He's playing like a one-man gang. He's playing like a guy that says, look, we're fooling around out here. We're not doing anything. Just give me the doggone ball, and I'll win the game for us.
And he's got to be getting close to 100 yards. First down. Aikman. Incomplete. Thomas was the intended target.
Yeah, they were talking about that, you know, at halftime. They're talking about how the officials throw the flag, and one thing they haven't backed off on firing, have they?
Emmitt Smith, by the way, I said he had to be getting close to 100. He's got 19 carries, 102 yards. As Emmitt.
Yeah, and I bet before this is over, he's going to be closer to 130 yards.
That's his 8th 100-yard game of the year this season. The most since 1995. To Emmitt. Fumble. Saints pick it up on the fly. Aikman chases. And Aikman misses. Fred Weary. No flag. Touchdown Saints.
This is more points than the Saints have scored all year.
Unbelievable. Emmitt the Warrior lost possession of the ball. And the Saints pick it up and get 6.
Fred Weary was right there.
Yeah. Aikman dumped it to Emmitt, who was losing it in the beginning, it looked like. Aikman dives and doesn't get there. For the extra point is Doug Brien. 58 yards for the Saints touchdown by Weary. St. Dog is excited.
We talk about zone dogs, all whether they work or not. Watch Robert Newkirk here. He's number 64. You think he's a lineman, he's going to rush. He drops back, feels his own, sees Emmitt Smith catch the ball, comes and knocks it out of his hand. And knocks it right into where Fred Weary can pick it up and return it for a touchdown. Robert Newkirk was a Cowboy.
Yep. not too long ago.
No, and the Saints just picked him up about 3 or 4 weeks ago from the Cowboys.
This is Jason Tucker. This time the coverage improved. The Tucker's down at about the 33. The Saints 31, the Cowboys 24.
We just saw a couple of zone blitzes, one that didn't work. Here we saw Chad Hennings. He was backing into the end zone. They ran the quarterback draw right at him. Then one that did work when Robert Newkirk lines up as a defensive tackle, drops off in zone. Emmitt Smith catches the ball. Newkirk out of his hands. Weary picks it up and scores a touchdown.
31-24. Mike Ditka's team ahead. Season high, they've scored 31 points.
Ditka said this year has been no fun at all for him.
Emmitt Smith for no gain. 9:40 left to play.
I think Mike Ditka's having a little fun today because you have to know that he played for the Dallas Cowboys, was an assistant coach with the Dallas Cowboys
under Tom Landry,
and then comes back or doesn't come back. The Cowboys come here, but to come here and lay one on him would be a big thing for Mike Ditka.
Well, they laid one on him last year.
Well, and he talked. I mean, we saw that as his pregame thing, as he said, redemption. I mean, 2-12, we need redemption, and we can get it today.
2nd and 9, 2nd and 8, make it. Aikman. Pass is caught by Jason Tucker. Willie Rofe.
Willie Rofe is nearsighted, and he has to wear the glasses, not when he plays, but he wears them on the sideline because of a coach. You know how the line coaches go up and they start draw plays and blitzes and all that stuff? He has to wear those glasses to see that. And then when he goes into play, he takes the glasses off.
Well, he has a guy on the sideline in charge of glasses.
There's Deion Sanders. He has a guy in charge of wristbands.
Emmitt Smith at the line of scrimmage. Stopped by Sammy Knight.
Fred Weary has been in the right place at the right time. You see that one, the interception he got, that was a bad throw by Troy Aikman. And then he comes up with this big play that puts the Saints ahead.
2nd and 10.
And he's the other corner because Ashley Ambrose on the other side is the guy that they kind of stay away from and is the better of the two.
Today's been Weary's day. Here's Aikman up in the pocket. Outside and dropped by Jason Tucker, who tried to check out where the defenders were before he got the ball.
And that was good coverage by the Saints because Troy Aikman, had to hold the ball. It wasn't real bad pass protection, but he didn't have anyone to go to. I mean, by the time he got to Jason Tucker, I would say Tucker was his 4th read.
3rd and 10, big down.
Troy Aikman didn't look real comfortable back there on that play either, did he?
A lot of short steps. 3rd and 10. And they operate out of the shotgun.
They're going on Stepnoski's head. See, when Stepnoski lifted, that's what they do. And Stepnoski got him that time.
They figured it out.
They finally figured it out because Stepnoski looks between his legs. Then when he would come up, they would go. And he put his legs the second time, and they got him.
Before the snap, encroachment, defense, number 92, 5-yard penalty.
Troy Wilson.
Still 2nd down.
See, watch what happened here. See, now Stepnoski has his head up, and now he has it up. Now he puts it down. Now when he comes up, right after he comes up, they'll go. See, he comes up and they go. You see, and then he puts it down again.
Yeah.
The old head got him because the
game going on.
Had been doing that the whole game. And the Cowboys finally figured it out in the shotgun.
Deion Sanders lined up to the right. 3rd down. And 5 for the first. Aikman out of the gun. Incomplete. Intended for Tucker. He would have had the first down. Corey Harris was draped around him.
Corey Harris had pretty on that one. That was the slant, and Jason Tucker in this game has kind of become Troy Aikman's go-to guy. The Saints are concentrating all their coverage on Rocket Ismail. I mean, the two things the Saints felt that they had to stop was Emmitt Smith's running and Rocket Ismail in the big plays. They've been doing a good job today on Rocket.
Toby going back to punt. This is Eddie Kennison back deep. Gets off a high hanging kick, and Kennison's going to let it bounce. And bounce it does into and out of the end zone. 7:36 left to play, and the Saints up by a touchdown.
I'd like to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a blessed New Year.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
I'm gonna get out of a whole bunch of turduckens. I'm gonna take some turduckens and get off the bus and go across the country for Christmas.
Pass is deflected. Now, when you start on all those turduckens, how far down the road is that going to get you?
It'll get me all the way. I mean, I got some that are frozen, some that are cooked, some that are smoked, some that are baked, some that are chickens, and some, you know, I mean, a turducken is a deboned chicken stuffed in a deboned duck, stuffed in a deboned turkey with two different
New Orleans dish, really.
Yeah. And then they had today in the New Orleans paper, they had the 12 days of Christmas.
Yeah.
And you know what the 6th day was?
Turducken Day?
A 6-legged turducken. Now you're talking.
Yeah. Delhomme. The man is open, and Delhomme gets to him.
I'll tell you, this guy is really something. I mean,
Andre Hastings.
You know, I mean, you couldn't see him. The Cowboys said they scrimmaged against him a couple of years ago, so they went and looked at that film. He played in NFL Europe, so they went and looked at that film, but there's not enough to know about a guy to know his tendencies or what he likes to do or what he's going to do. And he's thrown a lot of stuff at these Cowboys. They wanted to throw a lot of stuff at Jake Delhomme, but Jake Delhomme has thrown a lot of stuff at their defense.
One thing we do know, he likes to have fun. Ricky Williams nears midfield.
You know, he was a guy that a week ago people couldn't even pronounce his name. I heard when it was first announced.
Delhomme.
Yeah, Delhomme. And then, you know, he started off with the interception, but you know, he kept his composure, you know, stayed calm, and then hit some big ones.
Yeah.
And who would have thought that he would flop over here on that side to Deion Sanders? Then he got that quarterback draw.
Now he's got him at midfield, 2nd and 4. Ricky Williams behind him. But he's going to throw as Jake. And does, incomplete. That might have been tipped.
But see, you can tell that, you know, that he's not only having fun, but he has a rhythm now, and he's relaxed. He's into this game, and he's not fighting it.
What do you think he's going to think after this game is over, regardless of the outcome? Hey, this is not so tough.
Well, it's going to be great for him. We look at Ricky Williams there, and we see that they started running him a lot in the first half, and they're not in the second half. I think part of that is Ricky Williams isn't in great shape, plus Jake Delhomme is doing a good job. I think he's going to think that he ought to be the starter here.
Jake Delhomme back to throw, and does, and the ball is batted away at the last second by Charlie Williams. I've got a hand on it and knocked it down.
I think Jake Delhomme is probably going to say, hey, the quarterback search can stop today. You know, there's, you know, what's that old deal? There's a new sheriff in town?
Yeah.
Come back and say there's a new quarterback in town. Of course, as an organization, you can't get too carried away with that. I mean, I still say the Saints have to continue looking for a quarterback.
31-24, don't kick it to Deion. And Deion runs away from it, and it bounds into the end zone. The Cowboys will take over at the 20. This week, it's two critical matchups in our Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader. First, Randy Moss and the Vikings clash with the New York Giants. Then the Packers head down to Tampa to battle the NFC Central leading Bucks. Coverage begins at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific on Fox.
You know, seeing that picture there of Brett Favre, that was one of the things Jake Delhomme said yesterday. You know, he said, I'd like to play like Brett Favre plays.
Have fun.
Yeah. You know, kind of go out there, be a gunslinger, those kind of things. And you know, yeah, I'm not saying he's Brett Favre by any means, but I mean, he is going out there, and you can just see in his body language, he's having fun and getting more and more relaxed.
1st and 10, Dallas. And Aikman throws outside to Emmitt Smith. And Emmitt Tries to split the defenders and gets out to about the 26. Mark Fields made the stop.
You know, the Cowboys have to be thinking of first downs here. I mean, with 5 minutes, 37 seconds, that's plenty of time. And so they don't have to rush. They don't have to make bad plays. They have to get first down. I mean, the thing that would kill them is if they got in 3rd and long and couldn't pick it up.
2nd and 4. They have used a timeout. This is Emmitt. It is short of the first down by, looks like Phil Clark stopped him.
David Urelian is the defensive coordinator of the Saints, and we got the chance to talk to him yesterday, and he's a guy that always has schemes. I mean, and he's done a real great job of scheming this Saint defense today. But he says you need players too, and he said that they have to start drafting some defensive players here because you can't rely on schemes all your life. But he's doing a good job of it today,
and he did last year as well. And the give is to Emmitt Smith, and Emmitt gets the first down. That's one, but the clock continues to run with 4:30 left now.
Yeah, and the clock isn't important yet, unless they're thinking in terms of 2 scores, which eventually they're going to have to. But the first thing you have to do is get the game tied. I think that they want to just make good calls, don't have any penalties, no turnovers, and just continue to get first down, and then get across midfield here.
1st and 10, Dallas.
Stepnoski gives that double head thing again. 1 head.
Yes, he did.
2 head, the old double head.
And here's Aikman, throws behind his intended receiver, who comes back.
What the heck was that?
That's Deion Sanders, who came back to get the slant pattern.
I think Deion Sanders may have hurt himself.
Looks like it, changing directions like that.
Yeah, he did. Because and that's why I said, what the heck is that? I mean, he just kind of caught the ball and went in a lump. Watch him. He just catches and goes down. There's no guy there or anything. He didn't try and make a run out of it. I'm surprised that the Cowboys are going no huddle and hurry up offense. I don't think they need it yet.
Aikman back. Throws up the middle. Close to a first down. Bjornsson about a yard short. Deion was saying last night that it hadn't bothered him lately.
Looks like it's bothering him now.
Yeah, it does.
Because he said the best thing about the groin and the hamstring injury is everyone stopped talking about the toe, but something got him when he caught that pass because he went right down.
When he stopped.
This is a big play here. I mean, the Cowboys have to pick up this first down or probably go for it on 4th.
And here's Aikman back to throw. LaFleur comes up with a catch. It was high and almost overthrown. LaFleur made the catch.
Boy, that was a gutsy call. I mean, that was, you just assume that they're going to hand the ball to Emmitt Smith here. And what they do, they get in the I formation. They fake the run to Emmitt Smith. Come by, he sees LaFleur coming across here and has that big target right in the middle. Holds those linebackers with the play fake. You see, that'll do it, and then lets LaFleur get in behind those linebackers in that gap that was created by the play fake.
Picked up 22 yards. Down Dallas, 2:15 left. Now less than that. That's Bjornsson on the move. And Aikman fakes again to Emmitt Smith. Pump fake. Incomplete, out of bounds. In the direction of Tucker.
Yeah, he just threw that one away. Tucker didn't give himself any room. If you look where Jason Tucker was, he was right up against the sideline.
We get the 2-minute warning. The Saints leading 31-24. Back in New Orleans, Pat Summerall with John Madden. 2 minutes to go. Now the Saints lead the Cowboys 31-24. That's Deion Sanders, who's had his ankle wrapped.
Yeah, you can see that left ankle. They said he tweaked his ankle, and you can see that they just did the tape job right over the shoe.
2nd and 10. Aikman out of the gun. There he retreats and throws. Does Aikman. Incomplete. They had the blitz going. Chris Brazzell, the intended receiver, and Aikman had no time at all. The pressure was on him.
And Brazzell ran such a lousy pattern, he was out of bounds anyway. We're talking about saving Urelian and what a good job he does, and he's mixed up these things all the day. Now watch, Brazel here. I mean, you can't do that. You can't get this close to the sideline and step out of bounds
Can't
because
catch the ball anyway.
you know that you can't come in and catch the ball.
So it's a big down coming, 3rd and 10. The Cowboys have 2 timeouts left. New Orleans has 3. 3rd down. Let's see what the pressure they bring this time. Here come the linebackers, and Aikman goes deep. Pass is caught by Jason Tucker. Tucker, his second.
What a throw, but what a catch.
Wow.
But Troy Aikman just went back that thing. Here now, Tucker does give himself a little room on that sideline, and that gives Troy Aikman enough room to throw it. Watch, he just goes back there and just hauls up and throws the thing. I mean, he just chunks it down there, and Jason Tucker is right there.
Big day for Tucker.
Turned around. Cowboys have plenty of time here.
1st and goal. Are we headed for overtime? Picked off in the end zone by Mark Field. Intercepted in the end zone by Field. I don't believe it.
Well, you don't believe that they're going to be throwing here and forcing something in when you have Emmitt Smith back there. You see that was forced.
Yep.
Fields is the guy who got the bounce off there, but he was thrown into double coverage, really. I mean, watch, that's too big a crowd in there to throw the ball in the end zone on 1st down.
Mitchell knocked it up in the air.
Mitchell had good coverage on the floor. He was right on his shoulder. Looked like we were going into overtime,
Yes,
and then
sir.
that play, looks like the Saints are going to win this thing. Whoop. Well, we said that the Cowboys had to win too, and they had to win. That's how you get into playoffs, winning, not by other teams losing.
Not by backing in. There's Uralian, you were talking about, the defensive coordinator, and they brought the pressure against Aikman. Delhomme gets to Kramer. And the Cowboys ask for a timeout.
Yeah, what a feeling this has to be for Jake Delhomme.
To
come in, you know, this is his hometown in Lafayette, just a couple hours from here. He was a Saints fan all his life. He gets his first start on national television Christmas Eve against the Dallas Cowboys. And then it looks like he's going to beat them.
Today's game is being produced by Bob Stinner, directed by Sandy Grossman. The associate director is Mike Roig. Broadcast associates are Charles McDonald and Mark Mata. Technical producer is Bob Muller. Pre-game show is produced by Scott Ackerson, directed by Bob Levy. The senior producer is Bill Brown. The executive producers of Fox Sports are Ed Gorin and David Hill. 58 seconds left to play.
And the Cowboys only have one more timeout, so this is 2nd down, so they'll take their last timeout after the 2nd down. The Saints aren't going to do anything on offense to stop the clock.
Delhomme to Ricky Williams. And the Cowboys take that timeout. And that's all.
Mike Ditka's going to say about this game that, you know, it doesn't make it a great year just winning 3 games, be it 3-12, but they talked about, in fact, they had the word redemption written on the blackboards all over the place. They talked about that, and that's what he talked about. Dan Gailey is going to figure that now his opportunities have to be dwindling. I mean, they thought last week they had to beat the Jets, and they didn't do it. And on Monday they said, you guys are still alive if you win your last 2. One of them is against the lowly New Orleans Saints that are 2-12, and
even if they lose, the Cowboys I'm talking about, mathematically, there's still a chance.
Yeah, but they aren't good enough.
No,
I mean, you can't come here and belong in any playoffs. You ought to go to your house.
Well, that's where I think they're going.
Yeah, I do too.
3rd and 3, and the Cowboys out of timeout.
I mean, having a quarterback come in here, and yeah, it's a great story. Quarterback who's never played it down in the NFL and beat you in a game that you have to get to the playoffs.
There's Delhomme. kept the ball. Got the ball. And Chasen knocked down at about the 14-yard line by Dat Wynn. 42 seconds still showing on the board.
And see, the clock is at 32, so there's about 4 seconds difference. So the Saints are going to have to get off one more play with about 4 seconds, as I figure it.
It doesn't look like they're going to punt.
Well, then the clock will stop when they go too much time, and then I would figure 4 seconds. Because there's 5 seconds, 4 and 9. That would be about 4 seconds.
Well, they're going to run the clock down to 6 or something.
It's 6 seconds.
And now they take a timeout. Six seconds, the Saints take a timeout.
Now the thing is, they have to watch. I think they have to punt here because unless they have some kind of play that will eat up the whole 6 seconds, because there is an automatic timeout at change of possession.
Right.
So if they were, say, to just fall on the ball and the whistle blows, then the Cowboys would get the ball right there. They don't want to do that. I think they have to punt the ball, get in a tight punt, and just get that ball off.
And they are talking things over right now. Deion Sanders standing back at about the 40-yard line. 6 seconds left on the scoreboard clock.
And the thing that they're talking about is they're not going to kick it to Deion Sanders.
No.
Wasn't that tried once this year? Didn't the New York Football Giants try that play?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they have to kick the ball. I think
Barnard.
6 seconds would be too long to run around.
The pressure goes on the punter and the snapper, although he could concede a safety, couldn't he? Did anybody jump? Somebody jumped. I don't know who it was. They could concede a safety.
That's not a bad play either.
No.
I mean, but they do have some room to punt here. They don't usually. You do that when you're inside the 10.
Neutral zone infraction by the defense. The left side of the line went into the neutral zone, causing the false start. 5-yard penalty. It's still 4th down.
Still 4th.
But that's not a bad play. I mean, snap the ball to Barnhart, let him run around the end zone as long as he can. Probably wouldn't eat up to 6 seconds, but might eat up to 6 seconds.
That's not a bad
And
thought.
then if they do get to 2, then you just get the free kick. It was just this is like a basketball game.
Yeah.
Just 6 seconds. They play for about an hour and a half.
Sure. There's the snap. It's good. There's the kick. It's off.
Oh, he did kick it to Deion.
Yeah. And Deion's going to field it. And down he goes. The coverage is excellent, and that's all she wrote. Lawrence Dawsey down with a crucial tackle as the Saints beat the Cowboys 31-24. Unbelievable. The Cowboys came in here having to win. The Saints had nothing to play for. And you really never know, do you?
Well, the Saints had pride to play for. They had Jake Delhomme, a quarterback who'd never played a down, to play for. They had Ricky Williams coming back. They had a fiery head coach and Mike Ditka and a staff and a group of players that just kind of stayed together and said, look, we're not going into playoffs, but we can win one here.
Let's go down to DJ Johnson.
Jake, before this game, people could hardly pronounce your name. Now they'll never forget it. Was being a starting quarterback in the NFL everything you thought it would be?
It's, I had a dream come true today. It's, I can't tell you to do it in New Orleans, being from Louisiana. It's a dream come true, and it's going to be a Merry Christmas.
Well, all the practice you did in the offseason with a private coach, did you ever think this day would come?
Yeah, you know, that touchdown run, I know he's proud back home right now, but it's just, we played well, we played hard, we had fun, and we played real good. So I'm just elated for the coaches. You know, Coach Dick has been under a lot of heat. Coach Bramwood's called a great game today. It was just great.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Back to you, Pat.
All right, DJ, thank you. Pat Summerall for John Madden and DJ Johnson saying so long from the Superdome, where once again the final score is the Saints 31, the Cowboys 24. Stay tuned to Fox Sports for final thoughts with JV, Terry, and Howie. right after these messages. For more information on today's game and the latest NFL scores, log on to foxsports.com.
Somehow is not Pro Bowl bound. Look at Sayal. Hey, where do I whoop? Do I flip? Whoop! 16 yards, setting up a field goal, 13-10 San Diego at the half. Third quarter, same score. Gannon